Countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is the history of Jank. Eons ago, the first Titan, Uranus, drew on the elements of creation, giving divine life to his offspring, the Titans, primordial deities of water, earth, fire, thunder, and wind. The Titans used these forces of nature to form the planet Alestria. Alestrals is a new collectible card game that combines some of the best elements from other card games you know and love, such as Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Magic the Gathering. Although Alestrals has a fresh but familiar feel, Alestrals offers its own unique gameplay mechanics called spirits, which function as your life points, energy, and mana all combined into one. Alestrals was designed with new players in mind, making it relatively simple to learn for players of all skill levels, but mastering this new card game is an entirely different beast, as properly managing your spirits will make the difference between victory or defeat. The Alestrals Kickstarter is live right now and will only be available for a limited time, so if you're interested, click the link down in the description, check out the Kickstarter for yourself, and if you're interested in backing, this is the only opportunity to get the Founders Edition for yourself, so that's something you're definitely not going to want to miss out on.
Well, folks, it's 2014, Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy has released, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is once again over. The Dragon Rulers are now rampaging through the format, and they brought their extremely expensive friend, Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosack, with them. This card ran into the triple digits in terms of price points, and with 3 in the extra, it's not hard to see how many duelists were priced out of this format entirely. When there's a budget consideration, Jank abounds, hence the lists that you see in front of you. Now, we were actually having a really difficult time finding Jank lists from this era in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ruler and Spellbook were so dominant that anything that wasn't those wasn't really effectively recorded, but thankfully we have one additional resource in our pocket, Genevieve. You may remember her as the individual who used to upload Yu-Gi-Oh! 101s, and while she's mostly washed her hands of the card game, she still religiously plays April 2014 format. We were handed upwards of a dozen lists of varying viability and told to do our best. I'm happy to present them here, and thank you so much for giving them to us. This is Machina Puppet. Now, the Gimmick Puppets are a series of machine monsters that are almost playable. Dreary Doll, if it's in your graveyard, can banish a Gimmick Puppet from the graveyard to special summon it, and it can only be used as Xyz material for a Gimmick Puppet. Magnet Doll is a Cyber Dragon with 8 stars, and Humpty Dumpty allows you to special a Gimmick Puppet from your hand on normal or special. These are all machines, which means you can effectively facilitate Machina lines, both through Gearframe, Fortress, and the Singleton Cannon, both an 8-star monster and a single card that fulfills the condition on Fortress, and as a result, you have a stew going of powerful machine monsters that also tend to have beneficial attack stats for machine duplication. Now, what's the payoff for these Gimmick Puppets? Well, it's anything but gimmicky. It's Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder. This card, made with 2 level 8 monsters, can up to twice per turn detach a material to target a special summoned monster your opponent controls and destroy it. This is extremely powerful when your opponent is making a ton of special summoned bosses. You can clear all of them, dome them for an amount of attack equal to its original attack, and then get in for lethal amounts of damage with cards like Machina Fortress. Add to that a Deep Draw engine in Reckless Greed, Trade-In, and Allure of Darkness for the Dark 8-star archetype, and it's not hard to see how this was very close to playable. To cap things off, we're playing a copy of Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force, which allows you to, if a rank 5 or higher Xyz monster is summoned, add this card back from your graveyard to your hand. Then you can immediately activate it to rank up a rank 5 or higher monster into its Chaos counterpart. This can be used to turn a Gimmick Puppet of Strings into a Gimmick Puppet of Dark Strings, which is going to wipe your opponent's board, deal a ton of damage, and get in for 3,300. You can even rank up Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder into Gimmick Puppet Giant Hunter, which is able to destroy any card on the field, not just special summoned monsters. It turns out that this archetype has not only an extremely powerful rank 8, but also extremely powerful chaos bosses, utilizing a card that would eventually be banned. You also have consistent access to this one-of by way of Laval Chain, through Humpty Dumpty rank 4s or Machina Gearframe overlays. So with that, let's get into the card by card real quick. We've got 3 copies of Dreary Doll, 3 copies of Humpty Dumpty, 3 copies of Magnet Doll, 2 copies of Curry Bandit, 1 Machina Cannon, 3 Machina Fortress, 3 Machina Gear Frame, Allure of Darkness, Foolish Burial, Junk Puppet, which is a monster reborn for the archetype, Machine Duplication, Argent Chaos Force, Triple Soul Charge, which is also a monster reborn, 2 Trade-In, a Bottomless Trap Hole, 2 Breakthrough Skill, a Compulse, a Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, 3 Reckless Greed, a Solemn Warning, and a Torrential Tribute in the side. If we want to go less combo focused, we can board into the slower hands, 3 Max C, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. We do have access to the viruses, as well as Rivalry of Warlords in the extra. We've got a bunch of 4s we can make, notably Gear, Gigant X, Laval Chain, and technically we could make a Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac with 2 Fortresses, as well as a Big Eye, but the star of the show is the Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder, and the not terrible Gimmick Puppet of Strings. That's a big attack stat on that sucker. So with that, let's jump into the games.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, give him an inch and the man takes a mile. Of course, when we give Joseph a deck for Jank that includes anything with the word hero in it, he's going to excel, and we are going to be back in the Jank tank. But now it is Cimo's turn to take a deck that he is familiar with, because if you remember, if you're familiar with any of my other series, I piloted Battle and Boxers a couple times in Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series, and so we're going to try to run this one back. During the time of Dragon Rulers, why would you pay $700 to actually play with a competitive deck when you could pay $7 and play this nonsense? This is great. This is a playground classic for anyone who played Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time, because it was very affordable, very cheap, and actually quite effective. Lead Yoke's an asshole, so let's go ahead and get into the card by card. So first up, we have 3 Glassjaw. This card, when it's targeted for an attack, gets destroyed, but when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a Battle and Boxer in your graveyard, except Glassjaw, and add that to your hand. So there's several ways that you can trigger this. Lead Yoke is an effect that will detach because it can protect itself, and so as a result, that'll trigger this as well. But it's also a 2k attacker, and even though if it will get destroyed by its own effect, you get to get something back from your graveyard, so it does effectively replace itself. You can set up cards in your graveyard to get back with Headgeared, which on normal summon just Foolish Burials a Battle and Boxer monster, and once returned can't be destroyed by battle, so this allows you to set up for an additional 4 next turn. We have Sparer, which if you control Battle and Boxer, you can just special summon itself for free. Not once per turn, by the way, so if you have multiple copies, you can just go nuts. Can't use your battle phase, which is very important and unfortunate, because we don't really have cards like Castel during this time, so you don't really have a lot of ways to do things outside of the battle phase, apart from like maybe 101 or like Exciton or Laval Chain, different things like that. Then we have 3 Switch Hitter, which is like the Wolf Park of the archetype, which on normal summon you can special a Battle and Boxer from your grave, but you're locked into Battle and Boxers when you use that effect, and I guarantee you I'm going to forget that at least once. Finally, we have a new card, which I don't think I played in Progression actually, because I don't think it was out at the time I played it, Battle and Boxer Veil. This says when you take battle damage, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, gain life points equal to the damage you took. Now, in all honesty, I don't think this card is like fantastic, but the benefit of this card is that A, it allows you to live a little bit longer, but B, it also gives you a monster onto the field for free, which this deck doesn't have many ways of doing outside of like Spar or like Switch Hitter, without like a condition attached to it. And so that's one of the benefits of this card. 1800 defense might be good against something, but we'll see. That's it for the monsters though. For the spells, 1 Battle and Boxer Spirits, a monster reborn for the archetype. We have Dark Hole. Foolish Burial's nice because again we can just dump something like Glassjaw, which can then get its effect. We have triple MST, a Rhoda, because our archetypes all warriors. Triple Upstart Goblin just to get to the rest of our deck. And for the traps, Bottomless, Compulse, 2 copies of Dimensional Prison, triple Fiendish Chain, double Mirror Force, a Warning, Torrential, triple Vanity's Emptiness, and a Wiretap. Effectively, if we can get Lead Yoke plus Emptiness, we should be winning the game. For the extra, if you've never seen this card before, we have triple copies of Lead Yoke. This requires 2 Battle and Boxers, and if a monster would be destroyed, a Battle and Boxer specifically, you can detach a material from this card instead of destroying it, and when Xyz material is detached from this card gains 800 attack, which means it'll be 3000 after 1 detach and 3800 after 2, which is actually quite big. Then for the other generic 4s, we have Dweller, Blade Armor, a Daigusto Emerald, Diamond Dyer, a Exciton, Cowboy, Heroic Champion Excalibur, Laval Chain 101, a Rhapsodian Berserk, Heartland Draco, and Steel Swarm Roach. And then for the side, double Fire and double Ice Hand because we need some good cards somewhere. Same thing goes for triple Maxi, Book of Moon, and Mind Control, and then triple Light Mirror, triple Shadow Mirror. What's neat about this deck is that it's all fire, and so you can actually play the Light and Shadow Mirrors respectively depending on the matchups, which is a lot of fun because that way if your opponent's playing any dark or light focused deck like our opponent might be, then you know you can just hose them with these. So guys, this is gonna be a blast. I can't wait to see how this one's gonna go. So let's not make you wait any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Well, buddy, welcome to Dragon Ruler format, although you wouldn't know that based on the decks that we're playing for this episode and the next several, because we had to do some digging in order to actually get something that was not Dragon Ruler for this time.
Yeah, turns out that most of the decks that were represented both at regional levels, YCSs, and even at locals were the rulers. I guess that's what happens when they're rares. The rulers themselves were pretty affordable, but what made the rulers better were the extremely unaffordable Xyz monsters. So rather than play like Dracosackless rulers, which just sounds like a nightmare for everyone involved, we're going to play some more complete lists that are a little further down on the totem pole.
Yeah, and some of these that we're going to be playing were actually somewhat contenders against Dragon Rulers. You can use that very loosely, but, you know, they may have stolen a win every once in a while, but, I mean, there's a reason why Dragon Ruler was, like, one of the best decks of all time, and you'll see why that is when you look at some of the caliber and quality of these decks we're playing in these several episodes. So let's shout the patron. This is a fitting one. Kaka Poo Poo Pee Pee Shire. Thank you.
Finally! Oh, I've been waiting for the Kaka Poo Poo Pee Pee Shire one.
All right. I rolled a 1 for odd.
And I picked a 2 for even.
Never lucky. Never lucky. Well, best of luck. I have to play the Prague Special in Batlin Boxers, and hopefully they will be as good as they are in this series as they were in that one.
Yeah, I hope the opposite, actually. Oh, my good golly.
That you do.
This is looking really good. Don't let my noises distract you. We'll start with an Allure of Darkness.
That's perfectly fine. There's no Ash in this format.
I am going to banish Gimmick Puppet Magnet Doll. Okay, well, we're going to follow it up with a Foolish Burial. We are going to send Gimmick Puppet Dreary Doll to the graveyard. We will activate Junk Puppet. This allows us to special Dreary Doll.
Surely a in-archetype Monster Reborn means the archetype's crazy, right?
Surely. How about this card?
Oh, that's actually a real card. Yeah.
Yeah, shocking, isn't it? We're going to go double Dreary Doll here. We can only use these as the Xyz material for a Gimmick Puppet card. You know, I will just reveal to you now, the Gimmick Puppet Xyz, they're not too good.
There's a reason why this is on History of Jank.
But I feel as if we can just make these two go to the graveyard to normal summon a Machina Fortress. Not ideal.
Okay.
Then we can activate Dreary Doll, banishing Dreary Doll to bring it back.
Sure.
Then overlay these two for Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder.
This is like the only good one of these.
Yes, it's good, but it's also it. And then back to you, buddy.
Okay, we'll go ahead and draw. Let's see. So Giant Grinder says up to twice per turn during main phase 1 exactly. Detach a material, target a special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and then if it's Xyz, inflict damage. Noticeably, that is not a quick effect. Interesting.
It is not. Hey, hold up. Wait a minute.
Let's go ahead and start with Rhoda.
Do we still get a draw during this period?
Yes, we do. Did you not draw for turn?
Rhoda's fine.
Sure. We will go ahead and summon ourselves a copy of... Ooh, I could just, like, do the thing. That sounds cool. Yeah, fuck it. Let's get ourselves Batlin Boxer Sparer.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go ahead and normal summon the good old Glassjaw.
Batlin Boxer Glassjaw. There he is. This card is so mid.
It's not great. It's fine, though. At least for this archetype, it's probably the best card in the deck, which is pretty sad. And then we will special summon Sparer.
Okay.
And we're just making the dude.
Well, there
what
is
the deck's
dude.
known for.
I guess I will... Warning?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the deck does. Thanks for coming.
You're gonna get to try again next turn. I don't think I'm gonna be able to mount a counter-offensive.
If only. Now, unfortunately, Glassjaw, believe, doesn't trigger here. I don't remember if this works or not.
No, it wasn't sent by a card effect. It was sent by a game mechanic here.
Correct. So, unfortunately, for you, I do have 4 back row for you to play through. So
that's the Batlin Boxer experience. Okay, battle.
25... Yeah, I can take 25.
I bet you can. Back to you.
Switch hitter, please. Not a switch hitter. Instead, it's another back row.
Stop! Okay, that was the best draw on our deck. Machina Gear Frame.
That's a pretty good one. That is fine.
I will grab Machina Cannon. Battle.
That's scary. Sure.
Wow.
Mirror Force.
Okay, to the grave they go. Second main. Oh, just go ahead with your bad self.
Switch hitter. Fuck. Go ahead.
It's something. Stand by main. We'll activate the Fortress Pitching Cannon.
Vanity's emptiness.
So this doesn't activate.
Oh, it's not. It's an inherent. It's an inherent.
Would you like
I
to
forgot.
fire it
I
in
forgot.
draw phase?
Okay, the cannon's fine. The cannon's fine.
Really?
Or, excuse me. The fortress is fine. Excuse me.
If you insist.
I do have bottomless.
Oh, that's why you insisted. Okay, let's go normal gimmick puppet Humpty Dumpty.
There he is. Yeah.
Dupe.
Well, stop it with the dupes. Oh my god. Okay, now I have empty.
Yeah. Stop it with the dupes. All right. I'm looking like a dupe. Man, I don't know. I want to flip the giant grinder to attack position, but then any monster just fucking annihilates me. Literally any monster. I'm just gonna pass here.
I'll draw. That is like the worst card it could have been. I'll set one and pass.
My favorite part about Vanity's Emptiness... Oh. My favorite part about Vanity's Emptiness is that it's interesting.
Upstart Goblin. I'll turn it off.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I was hoping it was going to be a little bit better than that. Can I get, like, a card, please? Go.
You are not turning it off. I know you have another fucking Vanity's Emptiness set. Let's see it. I'll target Machina Gear Frame and Machina Cannon.
To be honest,
no,
I did not think
Gear
your
Frame.
deck was on Soul Charge, but that resolves.
Ooh, all right. I'll take 1,000 here. We will go overlay.
Are you tempting the effect? Oh, it's only on normal. This card
No, this
sucks.
card's ass. We'll go Humpty Grumpty and Gear Frame into Gear Gigant X.
That's a real card.
Yeah, I know. Is it really going to the graveyard?
Potentially.
I'll try
depending on what you do
to
next.
activate the effect here.
I will Fiendish Chain.
No, come on. Oh, you reticent bastard. I don't. What is the set card? Don't they have like a searcher or something? Headgeared maybe? No, headgeared would be epic here. I'm just gonna switch to attack. We're gonna try it. Get in there,
Wow,
my friend.
he's going for it. Joke's on you. It is Batlin Boxer Veil.
Wow, that is agonizing. That is actually agonizing. Back to you.
Okay, end phase, I'll space the back row.
Oh, which one?
The one you just said.
Wind Blast.
Not bad. Oh, great. It just keeps getting fucking better. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! So where are the monsters?
Reckless Greed.
Wiretap.
I mean, this has got to be a fucking joke. Oh. Oh, you.
Please, any monster. Fuck off.
Oh, no. Gear Frame.
Are you just detaching for cost?
Yes.
Sure.
Soul Charge.
Soul Charge again? Fine.
Okay, we did it. Humpty Grumpty Gear Frame. We'll take fucking 2,000 here.
That's perfectly fine.
I'm doing a lot of your work for you, by the way.
You are. I mean, I don't even have to play. You're just going to soul charge yourself out of the game.
I'm making another Gigant X. You monster.
Torrential.
No. No! Oh my gosh. Okay, that sucks ass for me.
Do you want to add a level 3 or lower Gear monster?
Yeah, from my graveyard back to my hand. I'm thinking about it. You know?
Oh, sorry, it's special summons, actually. It doesn't go to your hand.
Actually good. And I can bring back Dreary Doll, but I can only bring back one. Oh, no. I can do both. Okay, we'll banish Giant Grinder here for Dreary Doll.
Okay, that's a play.
We'll banish Humpty Grumpty for Dreary Doll.
Okay.
Overlay. We have another 8 here. Oh, we have another Giant Grinder. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, you really should not have. Okay, let's make him again. No battle phase this turn, so back to you.
Correct. You did soul charge. Guess what, buddy?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. Would you like to activate a third soul charge?
I don't want to switch this guy to attack, but again, any monster is just so painful. I'm passing again.
Please. Okay, go.
Stand by main.
I assure you, there are monsters in this deck. Oh! I think we did it. I think we're there. Okay. So bad. Activate Batlin Boxer Spirit.
This really is bad. Uh-huh.
I will bring back my Glassjaw.
That's fine.
I will normal Sparer.
You're normaling Sparer.
We'll try it again. Go for the boy. We're going to be met with another solemn warning?
No, he will not.
Okay, well, I guess that's nice to know. Compulse your giant grinder.
No! I needed that. All right, fine.
I mean, you get the Dreary Dolls back, which I'm not super happy about. 22. All right, we almost got game. Go ahead. I guess I should have made Blade Armor, and I probably could have won.
We'll go Reckless Greed here.
That I have no response to.
Man, that's annoying. Soul Charge.
The third Soul Charge. Yeah, I guess. You can only get one, though. That's funny.
I'm going to say I'm dying. Normal Humpty Blumpty.
Sure.
101.
That's an out. Yeah.
I'll try it.
Sure.
Oh, thank the Lord. All right, get these guys off.
Yeah, get those out of here.
And then, you know what? I think I am going to die. So we will go Dreary Doll here in defense position.
Just a wall up.
Back to you.
Okay. Draw. Well, I guess that's technically a card. Do I even have anything that solves this problem? Actually, I do. That is fucking great. Normal headgeared effect.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's good.
I will dump the all-powerful Glass Jaw and trigger his effect.
Yes.
I will add Sparer.
Uh-huh.
I will special Sparer.
Yup.
Pew, 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 pew.
No! Yeah, you got it.
Thanks for the soul charge, buddy.
In my defense, this deck was built to beat Dragon Ruler. And
so was mine.
The difference between a tier 0 meta threat and a tier -1 meta threat is night and day. I mean, like, listen, you don't understand. This deck is capable of some truly incredible, impressive plays. Like this one right here.
Okay. Great start, buddy. Great start. I'll draw. Main one, I guess we just do the thing. So we'll go... Wow. I really hate that with this deck, there's no way to just summon 2 monsters and attack in the same turn.
That is
Truly
correct. You are right.
Archetype. Truly a great archetype. We'll go headgeared effect. Okay. We'll dump the Glass Jaw, trigger the Glass Jaw. You know how this goes.
Yes. Yes.
I am actually instead going to grab Switch Hitter because I want follow-up for once. Because I already have the Spar, so I don't even need it. Now, I could just go for the boy. That would be the easy play. And that's probably what I'm going to do, because Castell doesn't exist yet. So we're going to do this.
Face-ups, right?
And, I guess that's true. I wish Castell was a little bit better than that. And that's about all we do. Go ahead. This hand's a little bit different than last game.
It's looking a little bit different. My hand's a little different, too. A normal Humpty Dumpty. I will activate Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, you can actually use the effect this time.
That's right. You excited? You surprised? It's Magnet Doll.
Okay.
Guess what else it is, asshole? Machine duplication, my Bumpty Blumpty.
Okay, I'm gonna max.
No! Dude, my turn is gonna be so crazy! I literally, I was gonna OTK.
You could still OTK.
Oh, yeah, against fucking Battling Boxer Veil deck? Oh, I'm sure it's gonna go well. Is this deck playing Shockmaster? Of course not. Why would it be playing Shockmaster? What a stupid
Why would it play good cards? This is history of
What if we
Jank.
played bad cards instead? Okay, we're just gonna...
You're on several of those looking at your field.
Shut the fuck up. We're gonna flip summon Ice Hand.
I knew you were on the hand.
That's right. There's good cards in here. There's good cards in here. Here's a good card for you. 101. Bada bing.
Yeah, that is a good card. I will go ahead and draw a card.
Give me your fucking guy.
Thank you. Sure.
All right. What the fuck? No, I don't want him over there.
You had to detach some materials, all 4 of them.
Yes. And okay, I'll give you one more draw. I'm gonna go Giant Grinder.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Gear an X rather. And see, like, I could also make an 8. That'd be really cool. All right, we're
Why
gonna
don't you? You know, you've already gone this far. Wait, what's one more?
You've drawn 9 cards, jerk off.
I'm playing Battling Boxer. What the fuck do you think I'm gonna draw?
Veil! I know you are playing Veil! All right, 21.
Take the 21.
23.
Take it, and yeah.
Oh, wow, what a surprise. Just overextend. All right. Back to you.
Thank you for the 10,000 cards. Stand by. I'll just space the back row.
I needed all these. This is. Why would you
Okay,
board into Maxi? You didn't see me do anything that game. Well,
all your deck does is special summon. That's all 3 soul charges.
That's a pretty good point.
Why does Gear Gigant X have 23? That is like
I
bigger
know,
than
he's
the entire
huge!
rank 4 pool.
He's enormous.
I also have to deal with fucking Magnet Doll because I don't want like a rank 8
Deal with
coming
Magnet
down.
Doll. Yeah, dude. You're really going to have to
Might come
worry
down
about...
anyway.
Oh,
I may just have to deal with Magnet Doll regardless. May just be one of those games.
Magnet Doll's like my veil, yeah.
Well, the thing is, you're out of 101s unless you're playing 2. And you very well could be. So I guess like I could take some solace in the fact that if I do summon another dude, pretty unlikely that you're going to be able to out another copy of Ledio.
Can you please be nice to me?
So let's go ahead and normal a switch hitter.
Yeah.
Let's just overlay. I'm not going to use the effect. Make another lead yoke.
Why would you not use the effect?
Because, oh, this is the one that just stops me from summoning anything besides.
Yeah, no,
I thought this
switch
was
hitter's
the
actually
spar.
good.
Yeah, okay, we'll use switch hitter. Fine, we'll
Yeah.
use switch hitter. Yeah, give me a glass jaw. Sure,
Yeah.
he's bad. We'll go to battle. I can't really like clean up too well here, so I guess I can do glass jaw here,
Oh, you dealt with Magnet Doll. Oh, fuck.
and then we can go here to get the material off 101.
Yeah.
And then second main, I can set 1 and pass.
Stand by main. God, Glassjaw is such a fucking asshole. I attack Glassjaw, his effect triggers, and then his second effect triggers.
That is correct.
Oh, awesome. All right, let's go Gigant X.
No response.
I should hope not. No more Humpty Dumptys in deck. They all had a great fall. We'll grab Gear Frame.
Yes, a good card. God forbid.
Normal Gear Frame.
That's fine.
We'll grab Fortress. Let's go Foolish Burial. We're gonna send Dreary Doll. Trade in. We're gonna pitch Magnet Doll.
Perfectly fine.
Oh, thank God. Space the back row.
Well,
This is gonna look really goddamn stupid, okay?
this is Jank, so I'm all for it.
We're gonna pitch Dreary Doll for Fortress. Go to combat. We are gonna go Honor Arc into Lead Yoke.
Just to clear up space, sure.
We are gonna go Fortress into Lead Yoke.
So I'll take 3. I'll detach.
There's no winning on this fucking Glassjaw. If I pop the Glassjaw, you can grab Sparer. Sparer lets you go into a guy sans battle phase. Headgeared lets you go into guy while retaining your battle phase. No, it doesn't. You would have had to discard Switch Hitter. Ugh, this is crap. All right, we're gonna go Gear Frame into Glassjaw.
Okay, Glassjaw effect 1, he dies. Glassjaw effect 2 to search.
It's from the graveyard, not the deck.
Oh, from the graveyard, excuse me. Yeah, he's not that good.
I mean, he's still pretty crazy.
We will grab... Yes, I could get Headgeared. I could also get Sparer. Both of them are fine. Bale's like, meh. Yeah, I'll get Sparer. Whatever.
Second main.
Sure.
We'll go Dreary Doll. Banishing Humpty.
Yep.
And then I'm doing that shit again.
You gonna double Giant Grinder to kill my lead yoke?
Sadly, that is exactly what I'm gonna do. Giant Grinder.
Yep.
And then Giant Grinder.
Got rid of him.
Take 22.
I do take damage. That does matter.
So I can actually Dreary Doll an additional 2 times, but we don't have the goddamn zones. If we use Gear Frame to equip to Fortress, but what 8 do we want to go into? Another Giant Grinder. We could also go into Gimmick Puppet of Strings.
Haven't shown that off yet.
Yeah, there's a reason I haven't shown that off. I am going to just pass here. We'll retain the opportunity to do that.
All right, this is still a lot of dudes I got to play through, unfortunately.
Yep.
So main phase 1. See
Okay.
if I can. Let's do this. I'm gonna Rhoda. With Rhoda, I'm going to grab another copy of Sparer. I'm gonna do the coolest play ever. Normal
ready.
Glassjaw.
That's cool.
Special Sparer.
Very cool.
Special Sparer.
Very cool.
Special Sparer.
Very cool. Holy shit.
No once per turn on this, so we will take it. Let's go ahead and overlay these 2.
Battle phase locked, but you are not boxer locked.
Correct, which is very important in this case. We're going to go 101 with these 2.
Yep.
And then we're going to go Exiton with these 2.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Fire Exiton.
I've got 5 to your 4. So you can
Correct.
Exiton. Your 101 doesn't die,
Correct.
but it can't use its suck effect. That's okay with me. Yeah.
And as you said, I detached to keep that around. I will set 1. You take no damage, but I'll pass.
Stand by me. So I have to keep myself under 4 for Exciton?
Correct.
Let's,
You did not rip Soul Charge.
No, I mean, obviously not. Let's go for Dreary Doll.
Sure.
Let's do it again.
That's fine.
We'll go Giant Grinder.
What sucks here is that even if I deal with Giant Grinder, you still have enough names that you could just do this again. And that's kind of annoying. The problem is if I don't do this, my whole board gets eaten by Giant Grinder and I actually like almost lose the game as a result of that.
Yeah.
So I will bottomless this.
It's fine. Okay, now I have to stay.
Is he on the 3rd Giant Grinder is the question.
I am not. I will do it again.
Relief.
We will go strings. We are going to activate strings here.
Okay, so each of my monsters gets a string counter.
This is crusty. I can extend a little further, but doing so puts too many cards on the field. So we'll just go to combat, and I'll walk into the Exciton Knight.
Take 11 here.
Yep.
Sure.
We'll go second main. It's good to just get this in rotation. We'll go Gear Frame. I'm going to grab Cannon. We'll go Fortress. And I think it's probably worth to actually move the Gear Frame under the Fortress here.
Protection. Makes sense.
Back to you.
Also, I would just eat it anyway with my 101. So
Your 101's one material.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, attack.
Oh, yeah, attacking it. Yeah.
But, okay. Strings will resolve during my end phase, but then 101 will still live, but then it'll just die to you attacking it. So that's fine. How do we deal with this asshole? Let's go Switch Hitter effect.
That's fine.
I will bring back Glassjaw, I suppose. Why not?
Yes.
Let's overlay. Let's go for good old Excalibur.
You are Battling Boxer locked.
I am Battler Boxer locked. You are correct. Never mind. I guess I will just make Yoke in that case. I don't know why I'm getting very confused between Sparer and Switch Hitter for whatever reason. I could purposely attack your Fortress to get me up to 3k. Might just happen regardless. Then that way I can at least contest next turn, but that gives you a full turn to do it. But if I don't really have a way to trigger this myself. So I think I will do that.
All right, here's the blowout. BTS the lead yoke.
Oh. Fuck. Yup. That's pretty good. I'm just dead here. Yeah, we can go to game 3. This has been a weird set of games, Joseph. I'm kind of surprised, like, how this hasn't been over in 5 minutes like Jank usually is. I guess these decks are both equally bad that this is what
I think the
facing.
players are equally bad. I'm going to be honest with you.
True.
We have both been cheating our fucking asses off this set.
Yep.
I'm, like, reading the cards now. We used Glassjaw to get from deck. I used Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder in main phase 2. It has an MP1 restriction. Folks, you're just going to have to deal with it, okay?
I guess we just want these cards to be better than they actually are, and sadly, it's just not the case. Let's go Headgeared effect. Kick things off. We'll dump the Glassjaw. Actually, I didn't think I want to dump Glassjaw.
Right? Yeah, I know!
Back. I can't believe this is from Graveyard. I thought this was from deck. This card sucks.
I remember the first time you did it, I was like, wow, I remember Glassjaw being a lot worse than that, but hey.
And that's why, because you were correct. It is a lot worse than this. See, the funny thing about Headgeared is typically you want to send, like, Counterpunch, but this deck isn't even playing Counterpunch, so, like, that doesn't even do me any good. So instead, what we're going to do is, I guess I'm just going to dump myself, I don't know, fucking literally anything. Let's get Counterpunch or Switch Hitter in the graveyard.
Yeah.
I'm going to Rhoda for a Sparer.
Yes.
Special him. And let's just make the boy, who hasn't been doing much, in all honesty. He's kind of just chilling.
He's chilling. He's
been losing to, like, everything you've been throwing up.
All right, dumbass. It's time for me to be the control deck. Bada bing, bada boom. Watcha.
Fantastic. Okay, so you Ice Hand set 4.
That's correct.
Right.
That's 100%. You know what, actually? Let me just reveal it to you. That is correct, yes.
Yeah, what else would you set? I mean, you're not going to set a fucking Fire Hand, my lead yoke. Like, okay. But now that you did show me that.
Oh!
If I really wanted to play around it, I could do a really bad play.
I implore you to do the bad play into 4 back row. I think that's actually
I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice, and I'm not going to do the bad play.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just going to go to battle, accept my fate, and we'll just attack into the ice hand.
Let's shoot for this one.
Oh no, it's ice hand. Who would have thought? It's MST.
Well.
Now you can see what the bad play would have been.
Yeah. Wow.
Who would have guessed? It's fire hand. Second main, I'm going to, I guess, set 2 more. Go ahead.
Let's try for this right here.
You idiot. It's my fire hand!
Yeah.
And this will make your hand miss timing, which is what I love about it.
This is not so good. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Back to you.
You said you wanted something interesting to happen. That was interesting.
I'm not very interested.
14-22.
Jesus Christ. All right, yeah.
That one. Go ahead.
Come on, dog. Okay, trade in.
No response.
Okay, let me pose a hypothetical to you.
Okay. 2
ice hands, alike in dignity.
Okay, I'm listening.
You know, in I don't know, in the fair battle phase, how do they resolve?
So they both resolve because one doesn't make one miss timing.
Exactly
they both just activate in a
opposite
chain.
of what I wanted to hear, dude. All right, let's just set any card. It could be literally any card.
Yeah, fire hand is the only one that can make the miss timing, just because of the way it works.
Right.
Main one. Okay, so hypothetically.
Yeah.
It could be literally anything. So I'm guaranteeing I lose a back row here if I attack into this. That or that's the greatest bait of all time, just to keep a monster on the field.
This is what we call a giga angle shoot.
Yeah, you're like, okay, how can I convince Alex not to attack this Humpty Dumpty? Yeah. Fuck it. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what it is. I'll attack.
We'll
Shocker,
grab
who
this
would've
one.
guessed? Okay, it was Mirror Force. Congratulations.
Oh, thank God. I really needed that one, actually.
I will, in main 2, I mean, I can keep Ice Hand and attack. If you want to attack my Ice Hand, I don't give a fuck.
Wow, this is actually a big fucking thinker is what this is. Of course, I'm playing 2 total Ice Hand.
I'm like, if you're on 3, that's fine by me, but I figured that you're out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll draw. So now you can make my Ice Hand miss timing.
Indeed I can. And I intend to.
You mean you don't want to target the lead yoke?
I'm pretty sure. In fact, I do not.
Truly impressive how in 2014 that there is no card in the extra deck that outs a defense position fire hand cleanly. Well, it appears we are at an impasse in that case. I guess I'll put this Ice Hand sideways. Switch hitter.
Yes, thinking.
Target switch hitter.
That's
Which
fine.
surprisingly, this can actually target itself.
Okay, we're gonna go torrential.
Sure.
CO2!
Oh, yeah, that sucks. This is fine.
All right.
I'm negated. Ice Hand effect.
Target.
This one.
That's okay.
Another breakthrough skill. We'll get fire. Attack.
You are actually boxer locked.
Oh, I am boxer locked. You're correct, because I did the switch hitter. I am sorry.
I was like, wait, why did I let him get fire hand? I thought that was the whole point of the play.
Man, we're going to get so...
This one, folks, is not going well.
Not great. Not great. Over to you.
All right. Yeah, we can make something happen here. Stand by main.
Sure we
Foolish
shuffle
Berry.
up. Yep.
We are going to send a Dreary Doll.
Makes sense to me.
Soul Charge.
Maxi.
Fuck. All right. We're going to get Fire Hand, Ice Hand.
I'll draw one.
Then we'll pass.
Seems logical. I'll draw.
Yep.
That's very funny. MST, your back row. Let's go for this one.
Chain.
It was my prison.
Okay.
MST, your back row.
No.
Dark Hole.
Okay. That better not be fucking Switch Hitter.
Foolish Burial.
That's Switch Hitter.
Now, Glassjaw! Okay. Use your graveyard effects!
Yeah.
Give me back my switch hitter!
I am still with you.
Activate.
Oh, yeah.
Bring back the boy.
That's the end of the game. Yeah, you got it. No, don't overlay! You don't have lethal if you overlay!
Oh, that's true. You're right. already missed it once before with the blade armor, but yeah, you're right. This is, what, 15-2K? Yeah. What are we doing?
Oh my god.
Just put you out of your misery there.
These were, I'm not gonna lie to you. Obviously, that first game was ass, and we cheated our butts off the entire way. These were interesting games.
Yeah, I don't think we went into this thinking that this was going to be anything special, but there was actually, like, a lot going on here. Like,
we should have taken
the
this a little more
archetypes themselves aren't really, you know, that great, let's be honest. But I think because they're both bad enough, they were, like, at parity with one another.
Well,
and
yeah, sorry.
we're playing a bunch of good cards to support these bad decks, and they both just sort of do their own things, and like what they do is fine and respectable, but
yeah. So what you're seeing here is two decks that were built to metagame Dragon Ruler specifically.
Dragon Ruler,
right?
Yep.
Dragon Ruler doesn't actually have a super clean out to lead yoke, because like you have to attack it and also like try and pop it with like what's it called, Dracosack. So the turn one boards don't really do much to it. On the crackback, you can, like, Big Eye steal it, which is fine, but the whole back row exists to prevent that interaction from happening. And Gimmick Puppet similarly exists to beat up on Dragon Ruler. While it's not very good against the one that resists destruction, Giant Grinder is crazy against, like, the double Dracosack board. You know, there's just a lot going on in both of these decks. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show it off, but this deck is also playing one copy of, and you can mill this with Laval Chain, Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force. Since you can so like efficiently make Giant Grinder, it's kind of always live. You add it to your hand, and Gimmick Puppets has not one, not two, but 3 Chaos Xyz. 2 of which we're playing because we're not doing no Destiny Leo shit. Gimmick Puppet of Dark Strings is like a Raigeki that then like draws cards and burns your opponent. And Giant Hunter is just a 3rd Giant Grinder activation. But now there's an attack stat on this guy too. If you played Yu-Gi-Oh! At the local level during this time, you're probably intimately familiar with Battling Boxer, because the allure of this deck was, despite Dragon Ruler's like $700 price tag once you shell out for Dracosacks, Battling Boxer was full, like it was like $5. Yeah, it was like nothing. And I mean, we saw why in these games you can brick on too few monsters because there's just not enough names, but yeah, it is frustrating. Both of these decks, it clearly do have some play to them. I wish we had, I wish we had done more.
I wish we had, not cheated our asses off.
Hey, that's an integral part of playing Rogue that I would never endorse.
That is true. Truly. Clearly, all of my knowledge of this deck from Prague has gone away in the past year or so since I last piloted it. But that's okay, because I don't need to know how to play it until another, 3 years at this rate. Yeah, I mean, it's nice that Lead Yoke, I think, was a rare on release. And it's rare to see a card for an archetype that's sort of like its main win condition be like at such a low rarity and actually be a formidable threat like during this time. And even aside from Lead Yoke itself, like, yeah, Switch Hitter will lock you into Battling Boxers when you remember that's what it actually does, but you have the entire rank 4 pool at your disposal. And your deck, similarly, you have a 4-axis and an 8-axis, so you still have access to all the other cards that are outside of the archetype as well, because one of the unique things is that these archetypes don't necessarily lock you all the time into their specific archetype. And the fact that that's the case means that you have a wide variety of plays. I mean, you saw, I probably went through like maybe half, if not 2/3 of the monsters in my extra deck, and you were doing similar things as well. Right.
During this period, there wasn't like a good 4 to end on. Like, as part of your turn 1 board, like setting up a 4 and passing, that just wasn't thinkable because there wasn't one. Like, every 4 is reactive by design. So Lead Yoke really gave what is otherwise just an unremarkable rank 4 toolbox the ability to be like, okay, out my fucking guy, set 5.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shout1317, Tim00x3, Moto, MBT Play Madolce, Cameron Smith, Pony Stark Part 2, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Manhoban, Phoenix the Immortal, I Ship MBT and Simo, Draconic, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, Valen Jackson, Dylan Hunter, Cody Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Little Fadeleaf, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet Inuna Taisho, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Max Matthew Brady, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, Simping for Simo, Cheeks McLapperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Dalton, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnels, Wonder Waffle, Skull Servant and the Wandering Doomed or Boyfriends, MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon, Yus, Unis the Bus, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Shrugs X, the Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, and Corvain. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.